Hello, hello, hello. Big Scary back again with another great show. Be sure to smash that like button and that subscribe button so you'll be notified when another amazing episode drops. So where are we gonna start for this week? We got a big UFC event taking place in Duval, Jacksonville, Florida. This is the second time the UFC's come to Jacksonville, and this will be the first time I guess because the last time was at the beginning of the coronavirus, and so there was nobody in the crowd. And so this time will be the first with a full capacity crowd. Should be 15,000 screaming fans. Yeah, this should be a big event. But let's start off with UFC Fight Night. Marvin Vettori against Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland had a quick turnaround after he'd gotten dominated by Derek Brunson. He was completely ragdolled, lost all 5 rounds. Had some good moments on the stand-up, but just wasn't his grappling just wasn't up to par, and he was dominated. And so I guess Marvin Vettori took that game plan and the blueprint and just completely did the same exact thing. So Marvin Vettori had look good enough that he's going to have the next title shot at Israel Adesanya. That'll be the rematch, and he did pretty good the first time they fought. I feel like Adesanya's his game has evolved more than Vettori, but Vettori's still good. So it should be a decent fight. That's it. Yeah, the middleweight division is looking stacked right now. What else? Another big fight on that card was I don't even know about big fight, but just if you're a Floridian, you know about Mike Perry, and so Mike Perry, another disappointing loss. This time to Daniel Rodriguez. He was unanimous decision loss for Mike Perry. Didn't look good, and I don't know how much longer he's going to be in the UFC. Let's see, then we got our next fight night is Robert Whittaker versus Kevin Gastelum, and Robert Whittaker just looked amazing. I don't know how he didn't get the rematch against Adesanya, because to me he looked better than Vettori, but I guess either way it's going to be a good fight. So maybe after the Vettori fight, Robert Whittaker will have the rematch against Adesanya. Let's see. So let's do the pre-fight breakdown for UFC 261. Our main event's going to be Kamaru Usman against Jorge Masvidal 2. The first time they fought, Masvidal had a 6 days notice, so he had a built-in excuse. He looked pretty good for not really being in as good a shape as he needed to be. So Usman had the option, and he wanted to give Masvidal the option, or the ability to not have an excuse this time. So I feel like Usman's going to win another decision, but this time maybe Masvidal will win a round or 2 in there. But I'm thinking Usman by 5-round unanimous decision. Our next fight of our co-main will be Zhang Weili against Rose Namajunas for the strawweight championship, and this should be a good fight. Weili is, she's amazing. Her fight against who was it? Yeah, no. Originally she beat Jessica Andrade for the title. Just blasted through her, and she just looked amazing so far. Let's see. So Rose Namajunas, she's really good too, though. I think Weili's just going to be a little bit too big, and even though Namajunas is technical, this is going to be another amazing fight. Definitely looking forward to it, but if I had to pick, I would think Weili is going to win, but should be a great fight. Our next fight of the evening will be Valentina Shevchenko against Jessica Andrade for the flyweight championship, and I just think, Shevchenko is the best female in the world. I know Amanda Nunes, she's the GOAT, but I'm sorry if if the weights, if they were the same exact size, Shevchenko would win. She's just the most technical woman I've ever seen. So I can't pick against her. She's definitely gonna pull out this victory. Or another big fight on that card is Uriah Hall against Chris Weidman, a rematch 10 years in the making. Both these guys are kind of on the downward swing of their careers. I mean, Weidman's feeling like he has a chance at being able to pull out a victory if he's ever able to get a championship win, because he thinks he has the blueprint to fight Adesanya. But I mean, I don't think he's even going to make it there. Yeah, I think he'll win this fight, but I wouldn't look for him to go much farther than that. Let's see, PFL. Anthony Pettis is making his debut after leaving the UFC, having a long, successful career where he was the champ and had some highlight reel wins. And he's fighting Clay Collard in the lightweight tournament. So Anthony Pettis, I'm assuming he's going to be able to pull out this tournament. But hey, you never know if I mean, his career, I mean, a lot of these UFC guys, when they go to other divisions, they don't do that well. So we'll see. Dana White seems to know when to get out of these fighters, out of the business of these fighters when it's time to go, whether it be Ben Henderson or Eddie Alvarez. I mean, Dana White seems to know what he's doing. Let's see, in NBA news, the East is being led by Philadelphia, then Brooklyn, then Milwaukee. Then in the West, Utah, Phoenix, the Clippers, Denver, and then the Lakers. James Harden is out indefinitely right now. I guess he was already hurt, and then now he had a setback, so we don't know when he's going to be back. And I mean, Kevin Durant's back and forth between being hurt, and Kyrie Irving, you never know what you're going to get with him. So I mean, at the East right now, I mean, I'm going to have to go with Philadelphia. And I keep flip-flopping, but I mean, Embiid is just looking amazing, and then plus Ben Simmons, I'm thinking Philadelphia is going to represent the East. And I mean, we don't know. I mean, Jamal Murray's out for Denver. I mean, Utah's been looking great, but I mean, the Lakers, Anthony Davis just came back, and I mean, he looked rusty, but I assume he'll pick things up. And LeBron's supposed to come back for the end of the season. So I mean, if the Lakers are able to get healthy in time, I'm going to have to pick them against the Sixers. And of course, I mean, if the Lakers make it again, LeBron isn't going to let them lose a championship to a team that isn't stacked. I mean, if the Nets are able to get everyone back now, I mean, they've looked unbelievable. James Harden has been playing incredible. I mean, just amazing. So, I mean, you never know if the Nets are able to get everyone back, then I might have to go with the Nets. But as of right now, and I mean, even the Lakers don't have everyone back, but I just have more faith that LeBron's going to be able to get back than I have that James Harden's going to be able to get back, or that Kevin Durant's going to get back. So, yeah, I'm still sticking with the Lakers with the championship. Let's see, in Major League Baseball action, Ronald Acuna has been going nuts to start the season, leading the league in batting average and home runs. The American League is led by Seattle, then Boston, then Oakland. In the National League, it's the Dodgers and then San Francisco. So we're still early in the season. It's a long way to go. So I mean, Tatis, he'd gotten hurt early, so I mean his numbers are lower. I mean, Luis Robert, he's not having that great a season yet. Juan Soto isn't having that great a season yet. So far, Ronald Acuna, he's been the name we've all been hearing over and over. But so you can find us on Facebook on Trauma Television, because this is a Trauma Television production. You can find us on Facebook on Big Scary. You can find us on Twitter, Big Scary, and you can find us on YouTube, Trauma Television. And as Martin Luther King said, the arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice.